voice. But I mentioned that they're kind of a mix of Led Zeppelin and the Doors and Nine Inch Nails. And the reason why I say that is because they started off very acoustic, and they slowly through the 90s worked in electronic music in a big way. When they started experimenting with, kind of break beats and things like that. And this last track I want to play is actually a cover that they do of the Rolling Stones, but they do it in an almost kind of Russian, I forget what the term is, but it's sort of like a Russian marching kind of way. So check this out. It's called Paint It Black.
Yeah, that's cool. I like how they bust in the cut time in there too for that. Just fucking drop it low.
Yeah, and I love that song. It's such a
classic. I love when bands take a cover and make it their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can definitely you recognize the song. I mean, it's a great song, but they kind of make it their own too. You know, and
it really sounds like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
totally. So that's the Tea Party, and if you are interested in checking out the Tea Party, they have a best of called Tangents, and it has, it's 15 songs, including that cover on there. Fantastic, highly recommended. So that's Rock Talk for this week.
Very nice.
Awesome. I have a Gaming Piece Theater.
Oh, beautiful.
Ooh. You guys don't know where to post Gaming Piece Theater questions, go onto our forums, which there's a link on our allgengamers.com. You'll see it, and it's pinned on the very top. And basically, if you have any questions, you want to know more about a system or peripheral for a system, ask it there, and I'll try my best to get around to it. This question's posted by Eric Olson, and he wants to know more about the Coleco Gemini. Are you guys familiar with the Coleco Gemini? Have you guys heard of the Coleco Gemini?
I've heard of it.
Heard of it, yeah.
I don't own it.
Okay. So Coleco, obviously we're familiar with Coleco with the ColecoVision. And they created, the ColecoVision obviously had an attachment, module 2, which was the Atari 2600 attachment, correct? You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And it was a huge lawsuit between Atari and Coleco at the time. Well, it kind of led to them making their own standalone Atari 2600 clone, and they called it the Coleco Gemini. And it was sold at stores like Sears. It was actually included games like Donkey Kong by Nintendo, other games like Carnival and Mousetrap classic arcade ports were bundled with this system. So basically what it is, it's a smaller version of an Atari 2600, but I think it looks really cool. It's a very sleek looking design. The benefit of having a Coleco Gemini over an Atari 2600, in case you're wondering, is a controller. Because if you guys are familiar with the Atari 2600 controller, it's got the joystick and the button. That's about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where this has that, and it also has the paddle. So it's 2-in-1.
Wow.
So you can kind of
you'll definitely
both.
want that, you know.
You'll definitely want it. Now, it is that controller itself is compatible with other Atari 2600 systems. So if you just want to buy the controller itself, that's fine. You can do that. And I believe I talked about in an earlier episode of Gaming Piece Theater, I believe I talked about the Columbia House video arcade. Remember Columbia House? They sold, DVDs and CDs back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they actually had a video game department back in the 80s, and they worked with Coleco, and they actually rebranded the Coleco Gemini under the Columbia Home Arcade. That's what they called it. They just basically put a new label on it and stuck it on there. So it is kind of an interesting system. The Coleco Gemini isn't rare in itself. The Columbia Home Arcade is a lot more rare.
I was going to say, wasn't that the one that once they did that, it became a mail order only type thing?
Right, correct. It was mail order only.
Okay,
that would make it a little bit more rare. Yeah. So it did fairly well, and there were, Atari was pissed that they made this because, it's kind of like another company making the Xbox 360 and branding it under their name. I don't know if that would fly today.
Yeah, lawsuit.
Yeah. As a kid, though, in the 80s, I might have been confused. You know what I mean? Because I might have walked in there and go, oh, a new Coleco console. Great, it'll play Coleco games. And,
Sure.
I assume on its box, on its box, it had all these branding saying it was actually 2600 compatible. But I could see that being a little confusing.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing. And the reason that Coleco got away with it and Atari didn't win the lawsuit is because the Coleco had better lawyers in its nutshell, and they claimed that they used different parts. So it wasn't, even though they played the same games and whatnot, they used different parts, and they got them from different manufacturers than the Atari did. So it was a separate system itself.
Well,
so
the Atari had no lockout ability, did it?
No,
No.
it didn't.
No, and
That's why it failed, because we had everyone out there, everyone and their mom making a game for it.
dog food. I mean, dog food companies would make games for it. You got the porn games like
The one that John plays all the time, Beat 'em and Eat 'em.
Beat 'em, and eat 'em. The one I play every day. I'm actually playing it right now as we speak. So.
He actually packs his 2600 with him when he travels.
Yeah, I take it to go.
Atari Flashback, Beat 'em and Eat 'em.
Yeah. Achievement unlocked.
There is actually a new Atari Flashback 3 that just came out. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, I didn't know. Do you have
it's
the
kinda
games
cool.
that came on it?
I have the games. I don't have the system. Right, so it's basically it's like the Atari Flashback 2, which is a miniature version of the Atari Flashback, of the Atari 2600. But it's got like 43 games in one, and it comes with the controllers, which is kind of cool. And it's kind of looks really neat. It's like a smaller version of the Atari 2600.
Yeah, that's good. The flashbacks are fun.
Yeah, they are.
So it's a good way to, and I think it's only like $35. It's a good way to get into the system, and games are really cheap anyway, usually $1. But there's some really hard games to find.
The hardest thing about the Ataris, the old stuff, is to get it connected to your TV.
Yeah.
If you have a TV that's, within the last 20 years, you're going to have a difficult time.
So most Atari, and this is true with most virtual systems, are the RF switch, right? RF, you get the coaxial cable in the back, and now those won't work with modern day flat panel TVs, right? So what I usually do, my tip, is I usually hook it up through like a VCR, and you can get a VCR really cheap at like a Goodwill for like less than $10 if you go on a good day, and you can just hook it up through your VCR and then take the AF, the red, yellow, white cables, and hook that to your TV and play through your VHS.
That's a fantastic tip. Absolutely.
The other thing that's really funny is that when you get an Atari like that, and even when you're connected, you still might have interference. Like even today, when I'm trying to play my Atari, maybe because I've got a bunch of electronic stuff down here, but I'm always like standing up with one foot, my arm in the air, and trying to figure out exactly why it's kind of fuzzy on the screen. I mean, do you guys have that problem too? Or
it looks blurry because it's not high depth.
Well, and the cable, because everything's sent through the cable, it's susceptible to electromagnetic force or whatever,
EMI and RFI.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yes. It does do that, absolutely. Especially if you run it, if you run it in the back of your TV, and you've got all your power adapters back there, and you've got all your cabling, and yeah, definitely you'll pick up some of that.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So that is the Coleco Gemini, guys. So it's kind of a very interesting system. If you're a big fan of the Atari 2600, definitely worth checking out. At the very least, get the controller. It's very cool.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. I don't own one, but I should.
Very nice. Gaming Piece Theater. Nice to have it back.
Thank you for posting. I appreciate it.
And then how about this, guys? Are we going to do this? Name that game?
Yeah. Now we're up to sample, or I guess game number 16. And you guys don't know what this is.
Hey, first of all, let me jump in real quick. I was listening to the episode I was on, and I think the first one you guys did was Pitfall.
Yep.
How did you guys not guess Pitfall right away? I'm like screaming. Pitfall.
Oh my God. Pitfall.
Classic. That that sound. They give it away right there. Give it away right there. So that's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry, John.
Disappointing you guys.
John, if you're such an expert, well, then I guess we'll see just how well you do today.
Yeah, he has to get all these right now.
And now, just so you know, though, the Intellivision was the first game that had the Pitfall on it. Was that the 2600 version that you played?
Wait. Are you saying that the Intellivision had Pitfall first? Because that can't be true.
Pretty
Is it?
sure. No.
What? Really? Wow.
No.
No, you could be right. I'm just kind of surprised.
I know it was ported to the Intellivision. I know
It was. And it plays slightly different because of the two buttons. You actually have to push a button to get off of the vine, which is a little odd. Where on the Atari, you just push down on the joystick to get off the vine. And the graphics are slightly different. If that's true, that'd be pretty interesting.
I'm looking up right now. Although my internet was really slow, so give me 2 hours and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I had a problem with the Pitfall, but I'm telling you, when he played that original Pac-Man on 2600, I just wanted to shoot my head off. An elephant gun, just
Dong, 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 dong. Yeah.
It came out in 1982. And, obviously Activision made it. Activision was the very first third-party publisher.
Yeah, it was made by David Crane.
Mike might have come out at the same time because I really don't see anything. Supported the ColecoVision, 5200, and television. Doesn't say. Second best-selling game made for the Atari 2600 after Pac-Man.
Back then the game, they could actually crank with 3 versions in 1 year. It was 2 guys and cranking away.
Sitting in a
I'm sure our listeners would probably know the answer and they'll probably post in our forums.
Yes.
Of course they will. All right, so name that game, huh? Here we go. 16. I got to come up with a little jingle for this section.
Yeah, you should.
I will. I'll come up with something. All right, here we go.
Man, crazy sound design in that, isn't it?
It's incredible.
First-person shooter
Yes.
for PlayStation 2.
No. Never made it to the PlayStation 2.
What
PC?
No.
Xbox?
No.
Sex box?
Yes.